Now, I've had a question from my friend asking about these pair of gloves, the new unique gloves that's gonna drop from either the Searing Exarch or the Eater of Worlds. I'm thinking this may be the Searing Exarch. Or who knows, it may be the Eater of Worlds. But yeah. This is one of the new unique items now that has been revealed, or it has been teased during the content reveal, but it has been fully revealed now. It is called the Black Zenith, and it's a fingerless silk gloves, which is pretty nice. I think this is the first unique fingerless silk gloves that's out there. And what it does is very interesting. It provides 150% more damage with hits and gives a 4-second cooldown to spells, projectile spells if I may add, and it'll give you 4 more projectiles and they'll fire in a circle and they'll have less skill effect duration along with some very decent increased energy shield. So FAQs about this. We have to take in mind that it specifically says projectile spells, so projectile attacks like bows or anything are not gonna work with it. Luckily for us, the wiki has provided an article about projectiles, what they do, and they have a lot of sub-articles within it. And it says here that projectiles are entities which are produced by a spell or a ranged attack which travel independently of their creator until they collide with an enemy or obstacle or reach their travel distance limit of 150 units. So that is the maximum of any projectile. And then it says that skill gems that create projectiles usually have projectile or bow gem tag, because that, of course, is there a melee bow skill? I doubt. Anyway, going back, if you can see here, we have the active spell skill gems. And this is what the Black Zenith gloves will cater to particularly. A spell that has projectile as well as its gem tag. So as you can see, these are the things or the skill gems that you can use with the Black Zenith pair of gloves. And one thing that immediately comes to mind is that since it gives you 80% less skill effect duration, that means anything that does damage over time will be affected by this, and not in a negative way, because basically what it does is that if, for example, you ignite an enemy, it will just decrease the ignite duration but will not decrease the ignite's damage. It's basically like Swift Affliction, the support gem, right? Where it also says that you will deal more damage with hits and ailments, and these ailments will have less duration. So that basically means that you are going to be buffing your damage over time whilst decreasing the damage over time's duration, which means you can apply those ailments more frequently. So, going back, one good example that I can think of immediately is Fireball, because you can ignite with it and it will have less duration, so that means the ignites will be very, very short, and that means it could potentially be a very nice four-link clearing skill for maps where you can put Fireball, added multiple GMP, I think, Ignite Prolif, and then I don't know, some other skill gem that will give you either more damage, even more projectiles. Who knows, maybe Unleash could work. I don't know. Maybe if it does, imagine the amount of things that you could do with that. Or maybe even chain. You know, if you can chain your fireballs to just go off screen and start ignite prolifing enemies everywhere else, then that's going to be very, very strong. So we have to see. One other example is Creeping Frost. The base duration is 5 seconds, which basically means, you know, the chilling areas that it makes, the chilled ground will be going away more quickly. But if I'm not mistaken, it should still apply the full duration of the base cold damage per second, is what it says. But I am more confident in my explanation of Fireball, so don't take my word for that, okay? We're still gonna have to do some testing. A lot of content creators and a lot of the rich people are still gonna buy those gloves immediately anyway, and they're gonna start testing it themselves. And what else? Icicle Mines could also be good. And Lightning Trap, although I'm not sure if Lightning Trap will be applying the Nova. But oh, Rolling Magma is also pretty good, right? Since this also, I think, has a chance to ignite, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do. Oh, Spark is also nice, right? I think Spark is also gonna be pretty effective with that. So yeah, that is basically what comes into mind immediately, or to my mind at least, when I see all of this. And whether or not this is gonna be expensive, I'm not sure. Although I'm thinking it will be to some extent because it will drop from the pinnacle bosses anyway. But whether or not it's gonna be a build enabling item, I'm not sure. I mean, 150% more damage with hits sounds nice, but it is on a 4-link. You know? So, I guess we'll still have to see. But yeah, that is basically it. That is my take on this pair of gloves. Very interesting, no doubt. Whether or not it's going to be a really good chase item, I'm not sure. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see in a couple of hours, eh? So yeah, I shall be seeing you all by then. All right.